This is Bussin.
I'm finna get a PC got, mine's high-key sus. And the lag is deadass so cringe.
You're a whole meal too.
Nurse, we demand to know how our bestie is doing.
I'm sorry, bro. I told you I don't have that information yet.
I'm so pressed right now, bro.
Don't be pressed.
It's Maverick back with another video, and today we're going to talk about Gen Z slang, or what I like to call it as African American Vernacular English repackaged. But look, most of what people label as Gen Z slang isn't new at all. It's been around for decades, and a lot of us black folks have already been saying a lot of this stuff even back in high school. Remember phrases like bussin', no cap, finna, on God, it's given, on bro. Yeah, all these things we were saying a long time ago. And back then people used to question us like, what does bussin' mean? On God, what are you talking about? But now it's everywhere. And usually when white folks catch on, that's usually the universal sign that it's time to move on from that and find the next phrase or next slang to use. It's kind of like the rule of thumb. Now what bothers me is that when you search up Gen Z slang, you're not gonna find like the root of it. You're gonna see a bunch of cringy white folks using the slang in wrong ways, in wrong context, without understanding the meaning behind it. And it just bothers me. I can't even lie. When I see it, it just bothers me. So I had to make this video. You find a whole lot of white cringe. And I'm not saying that white people can't use our slang, but can we just at least acknowledge where this slang is coming from before we slap a new label on it and make white people the face of it? But let me break it down for you. Let me give you a really brief history lesson of African American vernacular. So first of all, African American vernacular has been around forever. It's a unique dialect that was developed in black communities with its own grammar, vocabulary, and style. In other words, black folks have been creating some of the coolest languages for centuries. Think back to the days of jazz and blues in the early 20th century. Words like cool and jive came straight out of black communities. And you know how prevalent those words are today. Well, not so much jive, but cool is pretty much everywhere now. And then hip hop came around in the 90s and 80s. Then hip hop came along in the 80s and 90s, and we got terms like dope and fresh that everyone started using. Basically, black culture has always been the cornerstone of setting new trends. We fast forward to our time today. Platforms like TikTok and Twitter make it really easy for slang to blow up because of the connectivity of the internet. But here's the thing, most of those words just disappear. They've been thriving in black communities for years. Words like slay and sis and no cap, that's all African American vernacular English. But somewhere along the lines, it got a new label, Gen Z slang. And this phenomenon is what we call recency illusion. That's when you think something is new just because it's new to you. But in reality, this slang like this comes from African Americans. And it's wild to me that some people like Whoa Vicky, Bad Baby, the Island Boys treat being black like it's a costume that they can just put on. And they take on the slang, the style, and the vibe when it's convenient, and take it off when it's not. And honestly, that's the part that makes it really frustrating for me. Because here's the truth of the situation. When black folks like us, when we use this language, it's often seen as unprofessional or ghetto. People look down on us for it, and it could even cost us job opportunities. But when our white counterparts use the same language, it's seen as trendy, cool, or even profitable. How does that work? Explain to me how that is fair. So yeah, if I see people calling African American vernacular English Gen Z, I'm gonna say something. But let me make this clear. I did not make this video to tell white people that they cannot use this language. It's not about gatekeeping, it's about giving credit where credit is due. When I search Gen Z slang, I shouldn't have to scroll through a sea of cringy videos and never see one mention of the culture that created it.
What does drip mean?
Like style. Yeah, like if you see me right now, you say a jerkier.
If you want to call somebody cool, what would you say? Like
Probably like mad lit on God or something.
mad lit on God?
Yeah,
Like G-O-D?
Yeah, mad lit on God, no cap.
Mad lit on God, no God, no God.
Look, language evolves and everyone is gonna use what they like. That's fine, that's the beauty of language. But let's at least stop pretending that Gen Z invented all of this. Most of this has a much richer and cooler history that deserves some respect. That's all I'm trying to say. And this isn't a bad thing. Language evolves and slang is meant to be spread, but let's just not forget where these words come from. They didn't just fall out of the sky. They came from black communities who have been innovating language for generations. And we're still the MVPs of modern slang. We're the most copied race of people on the planet, and that's a fact. So the next time you hear somebody calling Gen Z slang, just remember that it has a much cooler and deeper backstory. You're very welcome. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you have anything to say about what I have to say, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you. Peace.
Simpire was chill AF. If you weren't malding, I could have copped that whip and been halfway to Goonerfell.
Hey, Bay.
Hey, Zaddy. I am getting more swole.
Slay! Exclamation point.